Hello everybody, welcome back to the last video of the day for today. So this bomber, modernized bomber, as you know, this is one of the three main bombers being used today in the modern times today in the United States Air Force, alongside with the B-52, with the older B-52, and with the stealthy B-2 Spirit. This aircraft is the only aircraft, the only bomber that has gone supersonic. It's technically a supersonic bomber. This is called the Rockwell B-1 Lancer. They had nicknamed this aircraft the Bone. It's one of the fastest supersonic bombers that was ever built. Made its first, I forgot when it made its first flight. Let me know in the comments. But there were actually B-1As that were built. They were used as test beds to now have the B-1B Lancer and everything. And I'm hoping to see one of these B-1 Lancers, hopefully in the future if I ever decide to go on to any air shows anywhere else. But the B-1 Lancer was one of the planes that flew over during this year's Super Bowl and national anthem. When they did the Super Bowl national anthem, there were two B-1 Lancers that flew over, which that was really cool. That was beautiful to see. And as you know, on the wings right here, just like the F-14, is also a variable geometry wing, which would sweep wide for slow speeds, and it could sweep back like this to go for supersonic speeds. That it could go for really fast speeds like that. And that's why it's called variable geometry wings, like that. Just like on the F-14, that also has that as well. There were other aircraft that had that. The Su-22 fritters, the Su-24 as well. Even the F-111 Aardvark as well also had variable geometry wings as well. Very cool. And let me know in the comments if there's any other variable geometry wing aircraft that I missed. But those are really cool. I hope to see the B-1 Lancer in the future. And I was a little confused because I remember when I was a kid, the U.S. Air Force were going to plan on making an aircraft that was derived from a B-1 Lancer. It was going to be called the B-1R, which is basically with a V-tail, with a lot more avionics and a different engine, which was going to power up the F-22 Raptor, called the F-119 turbofan engine, but that was canceled. But they still have these B-1s, at least in service. I think in the future, I don't know if these are the ones that will be replaced by the newer B-21 Raider, which is with the new bomber that made its first flight not too long ago, like a few years ago. But anyway, thank you guys so much for the video, and see you next time.